Do you do anything anymore that no one sees? Hello, hi, and welcome to another session of Spirit Tea and Talk. It is good to be here with you. Sorry, I look a bit tired. I feel tired. I feel tired. I'm here by the grace of God. Okay. Okay. So let's get into it. Lately, yeah, I've been returning back to myself, and honestly, it's been glorious. When I say that, I've been reading like a reading monster. Growing up, I used to love to read. I used to love to read. Okay, I inhaled books. And I found in adulthood, in my earlier adulthood, anyways, I struggled. I was struggling to read. There's quite a few books I've not finished. There's books I have finished, but it was like I'd be reading and I was reading the page, but I wasn't retaining what I was reading. And that was a struggle for me because reading was my escape for so long. It was one of the things I just loved to do. Like, there were no expectations of me when I read a book. It was just me, the book, the characters, the words on the page, the stories. I loved it. And so entering into adulthood and not being able to connect with books and literature the way I used to, it was a doozy. I was like, wait, am I dumb? Like, what's going on? And I remember years ago, I had to sit down and say, you know what, yeah, maybe right now, because of everything that's going on, I was like dealing with like mental health situations, dealing with personal situations, just dealing with so much friction and movement that I was like, maybe my developing brain just doesn't know how to compute things right now. And I had to be okay with it. And again, it was tough because growing up, when I was dealing with stuff, it's the books that I would like escape into. And so it was like, I can't even escape into my escape right now because I can't comprehend what's going on and I can't even retain the information, like what's going on. But I left it. And at the top of this year, I said to myself, I'm getting back to reading. Like, I don't know, I just feel better. I'm in my own space now. Things are just better. Like, I've just been, since kind of seizing control of my destiny, I've been feeling good. I've been feeling good. I have been going back to doing things I enjoy. I've been creating. I've been putting myself out there. And I was like, I want to read. God damn it. I want to read. So I'm going to read. So I set myself a challenge. I said, you know what? We're going to start small. We're going to do one book a month. That's manageable, right? We're going to do one book a month. And that will give me 12 books in a year. So my goal for this year was to read 12 books. Well, dearest gentle reader, dearest gentle listener, I can happily say I am on 9 books. Yeah, I finished 9 books. And I'm like, I've been enjoying it. I've been just escaping into these worlds, having a time. I'm retaining the information. I'm connecting with the characters. I'm having a good time. Okay? But I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to be real with you. As I'm reading the books and I'm connecting. I hate to admit it. My brain went to, so how do I make content out of this? And I had to stop myself and be like, when did everything have to be consumable? Why? When did everything have to be, you're looking for how you can make it a consumable product for others to ingest? It's like, I've had this conversation before. I think about, how everything has to be a commodity. I think I've said it on here before, like everything feels like it has to be a commodity because our society has made everything monetizable. You can monetize anything. There's nothing you can't monetize. If you really mean it, you can do it. You can monetize a sneeze. You could monetize a sneeze. Someone could make a page based off of sneezing. I'll be surprised if it doesn't even already exist. Like, you can make money out of everything. And something I've thought about a lot in the recent past, as someone who grew up having a lot of hobbies and I just used to make shit and do stuff just to do it, I started thinking about how so many of us have lost the art of having a hobby just for having a hobby's sake. So I want to talk about it. I went to Spirit. I said, let's talk about it. I want to dive into what this is. Like, let's dive into this conversation. So, Spirit is here. I got my tea. Let's talk. So, starting at the struggle of it all. The first message that came out said, when there's a misunderstanding between the left and the right side, the whole body falls. And reading that and seeing that, it made me think about how that's what happens when who you are and who you show up as don't necessarily match. Walk with me. So many people make content every day. Every day we're making content. We're posting ourselves. We're posting our lives. Spend a day with me, a day in the life. Get ready with me. Watch me do this. I'm talking to the camera right now. We've become so used to it. But it's all performance. Like, even as I'm talking now, yes, I'm talking from my heart. Yes, I'm talking off the dome. But it's still a performance piece, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. We love a performance, okay? But if everything is a performance, when do you have time to just be and be authentic, right? Because even when you're trying to be authentic and you're showing up as your authentic self, no matter what, there is an underlying layer of performance to it all. Performance underscores anything that we're going to do and post. If you feel like I'm wrong, tell me. I don't think I am, but hey, you might think I am. Everything we do, no matter how authentic we're coming at it with, has an underlying layer of performance. And that's just simply because as humans, we cannot help but to think how we are perceived. Even if you are a person that's like, I don't care what no one thinks about me, even that I don't care what no one thinks about me is underscored by a layer of, I'm going to show how much I don't care what people think about me. I'm going to show how much I don't care how you perceive me by doing this. That's still a level of performance because you're performing to show how much you don't care. And that's not to say you don't care. Like, I believe you don't care. But let me show you how much I don't care by doing this thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we can't help. And I'm not saying you care about how you're perceived, but as humans, we can't help but think, at the very least, think. The everyday human being cannot help but to think at least. Caring is one thing, but on a base level, we can't help but to think about how we are perceived. So, if everything we're doing has that layer of performance to it, when do we find time to just be real? If we're always posting everything we do. Everything doesn't need to be seen. And I truly believe that. And don't get twisted, I enjoy the internet. I enjoy posting. I enjoy watching other people's posts. I do. But it's not everything it's not everything everybody must see. I don't know, maybe that's the Nigerian in me. Maybe it's the traditionalist in me, I don't know. But when I'm sitting and I'm looking at these cards and I'm sitting and I'm connecting and I'm asking Spirit about this, maybe this doesn't apply to everyone, but for those who it applies to, everything isn't for everyone, and you don't need to do everything for everyone to see and for everyone to witness, right? We pour ourselves out into spaces consistently. If you don't have anything that you do just for your enjoyment and your consumption, and everything is going out, intentionally or unintentionally, you do wait for the validation. You get one hit, oh, they like what I'm doing. Well, now I have to show more because I need more likes. It doesn't even last. Dopamine doesn't even last. Sharing is not the issue. I'm sharing right now. Do you know what I'm saying? But if we're pouring every part of ourselves out to the world, everything we do, everything that could be a hobby, we're trying to monetize or be witnessed in doing it, I have to ask, then what do we keep for ourselves? What's just for you? And I'm not even talking about your struggles and your pain, because that's the thing. We get people on the internet who come out And they'll share their struggles, they share their struggle journey, they'll share their anxieties, they'll share their mental health journey, they share their trials and tribulations. But most people keep that shit inside. Most people keep that locked up and key. So what you do share online is like the good times, or what seemingly brings you joy, or what makes you have fun and all that stuff. We share that online. If you're sharing all your joy online, what joy do you keep for yourself? There's nothing wrong with sharing your joy online. Please share it. I want to see your joy. But do you have joy that you keep just for yourself? Do you have a thing that's just for yourself? You keep your struggles and your pain for yourself, but do you keep any joy for yourself? Do you keep any enjoyment just for yourself, like my secret pleasure? In a world that says monetize your joy, monetize your pleasure. Is there anything that you do just for your own enjoyment, not to monetize it, not to turn it into content, not to be perceived? Is there anything you do? Even me, as I'm yanning here, as I'm talking, like, I will say to myself, okay, I'm just going to post my thing and go. And sometimes I'm able to do that. But other times, I can't post and go. I want to, okay, so how are people connecting with this? Is it getting numbers? Are people liking it? Is it? We're built that way. So what are we doing that doesn't wrap us in that shroud of anxiety that comes from checking numbers and getting the validations, and are people clicking, and what's it saying, and how's the algorithm treat me? And like, is there anything you have for you for that? Because if you don't have something, I encourage you to get something. Taking it back to my reading, when I said I've been having such a good time, and when I started thinking about how am I gonna make content, I was like, why? Why does this need to be content? Girl, just enjoy your shit. I've been enjoying my shit. And granted, me talking about it here, it's forming content. I know, I'm an hypocrite, but it's different. The message shifted to what needs to happen. And the message that came out basically confirmed that it's so important to come back to yourself. Create something for yourself. Enjoy something privately for yourself. Enjoy be the key word. Have something for yourself that you enjoy, that is not for the consumption of strangers around the world. All right? Be with yourself in one space. It doesn't need to be bare things, but just pick one thing for yourself without feeling the need to show it. If we're constantly chasing dopamine, it just becomes like cheap dopamine. The hit doesn't last. It doesn't last. What we're actually craving, that dopamine, that those dopamine hits trick us into thinking we're craving fulfillment. And the strongest form of fulfillment will come from the things that don't require an audience clapping for you or witnessing you doing it. The best dopamine, the good stuff, comes from that thing that brings you joy just for yourself. And again, I want to clarify, I'm not saying don't do things you enjoy out loud. Do it. We want to see it. Make the content, post the content. But I just feel like it's in order to maintain the balance and to keep true to who you are and to keep being able to create the things and show it and show up, you need to have something you enjoy. This just for you without the pressure. Because in this consumable world that we live in, the things we create and put out, no matter which way you try, flip it, slice it, or dice it, comes with pressure. The pressure is real. The pressure is getting worse. Okay? It's getting worse and worse. And it's only going to keep getting worse because every day more people are joining the internet. And every day more people are creating. And every day there's more eyes watching you, but every day there's more voices you have to compete with. And so the pressure mounts. The pressure mounts. So things that should just be fun are no longer just fun. And it's cool. Do your thing. You're strong enough to do it. You're strong enough to let your voice be heard and be found by the people who need to find you if you so wish to be consumed in that way. But make sure you have something also just for you. So that when you show up and you share and you post the things and you do the things and you do amazing at it, yeah, you're doing it from a full cup. You're doing it from a space, from a cup that doesn't need validation to be filled or to feel full, right? There is a lot of eyes in this message. Like it's like this energy of being watched, and it just again got me to that point of realizing how much we perform because we are being watched. We're putting ourselves out there to be watched, right? And when I think about it, and I'm like, but who really sees us when the lights are off? There's no ring lights, there's no distractions, there's no audience, there's no likes, there's no clicks. Spirit sees us. We see ourselves. We know our truths. When I turn this off, I know what I'm about to go do. No one else gonna know. You see what I show you. Do you know what I'm saying? When we are by ourselves, when we connect with spirit, when we connect with our higher selves, it doesn't require any performance. Not me sounding like a pastor chair, but it doesn't. When you connect with your guides, with your ancestors, with your spirit team, it doesn't require any performance. And you need spaces where you don't have to perform for the what's the word? For the word that's come to me is equilibrium. For the equalization, I don't know if that's a word, but for the equalization, for the balance of your spirit, of your soul. Sometimes you need to turn off the stage lights and just be. Have something that allows you to just be, that doesn't come with other people's voices, comments. Sometimes just do the thing that settles your soul. So what I know to be true is that private joy is public strength. Because if you can only feel good when you're being witnessed, then do you actually feel good? Are you actually free? So, I'll ask this. What's the thing that you can do for yourself? Just for you. Not for external consumption, not for external validation, but to feed your soul. What's the thing just for you that you can do that you don't need anyone to witness except for yourself? Find that thing. Do the thing. And that thing will make you stronger in the walk, in the public walk, I would say. And that's it. The tea is finished. I'm going to bed. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next session.